Hello fellow riders, Haggard rider here. It's been a long time. I've had to change bikes due to financial pressures, but I have my new bike. It was cheap. It was sold as ducks. It was sold as for spares or repair, a little bit unfairly I think, but I suppose I ought to do the big reveal. There it is, a CBF 1000. Try not to get run over. 2010 model. I've had to do a little bit on it. Fluid change, air filter, new brakes, brake pads. But apart from that, I think it's in very, very good condition. It came with a full luggage set. So there's panniers as well. It all operates off the one key. I've no idea if this equates to a GT model, but very nice. I put the brake levers on with a bit of gold on to highlight the gold of the calipers, but a little bit different from the RS that I had, if you remember. A different bike entirely to ride. Not a lot of similarities. This weighs 10 kilograms less. It has about 10 horsepower more. It has about 10 newton meters more. But it is very different. Still got the analog dials. I do like analog dials. Not into disco dashes or anything like that. So it's a nice place to sit. I've also lifted the bottom of the screen, and that stopped all the buffeting, so it's very good indeed for me. It's the first screen I've had that actually works quite well. The seat can be raised or lowered. That's in the medium position, which equates, I think, to 795 millimeters. Suits me, so that's the same as the RS. Yeah, pleased with it at the moment. So let's get on, go for a ride, see what it's like, and I'll tell you what I think. Mind you, it'd be stupid if I said it was crap, so you know what's going to happen. Straight away, the one thing I notice about this, it is much lower geared than the RS. Changing more often, which is no bad thing. I'm okay with that. It's also a lot more sprightly. Whether it's the 10-10-10 contributing more power, less weight, or I think it's actually the lower gears, but it really goes quite well. The dials do reflect the sun back a fair bit, I will say that. They're not very good in the sun. Tucked up position than the RS, and I find rather than being on the balls of my feet, I'm on the instep with my feet hanging down at the front, if you follow, which is quite comfortable. No real pressure on the wrists, got no real weight there. So all in all, so as you can see, sun's reflecting off the dials quite badly. It is right behind me. go from fourth to third. It must have been just my bike, just something about it that it didn't like going down the gears. This one's fine. You need to be purposeful with it, yeah. Going up is a lot easier than going down, but that might be the foot position. I've had to change the lever once already because it was way too high. So maybe it could come down a little bit further. But there's no issue checking here. Very smooth. Just feels different. Don't know what it is. I'm not that clever a motorcyclist. But it's definitely different to the RS. Would I have the RS back? Yes, I would. Certainly would. But it does did feel heavier than this one does. This seems to lose more weight on the road when it's moving than the RS did. And talking about weight, putting that RS on the centre stand could be an absolute dog. On here, on this bike, it is an awful lot easier. I presume because it's mounted a bit higher, so you don't have to lift the weight so high so it falls over, sorry not falls over, it falls backwards across the pivot. Falls back across the pivot a lot easier. Certainly putting it onto the turntable, that easy turntable I've got, is easier. I still need to lift the back wheel, but only the back wheel, and spinning it round is a lot easier. So I think there's a more even weight distribution when this is on its centre stand than when the RS, you put an awful lot of weight back onto the front wheel. This one, no, when it's on you can push down the back seat to get the back wheel on the ground relatively easily. Because from the research it seemed to be alright, from the pictures it looked okay. Although it's polished up a lot better than what it originally was. May or may not film the servicing, but so many people have done it. Gorilla Biker, for example, does it perfectly adequately, perfectly well. I'll just end up being boring. I'll still try and change into 7th gear. That's how low the gearing is. It's like being in 3rd on the RS. But if you think it would be worthwhile reproducing the occasional servicing video, obviously they won't be very often because I'm not doing that much stuff to it, but as and when, like if I get round to changing the forks, would you like me to film them? Would you want me to put them onto YouTube? Let me know. If you don't, fair enough. Got a particularly well equipped garage. I haven't got much space in the garage. But if you'd like to see it, I'll have a go. So, 76 miles. Alright, just come off the top mark. Petrol tank. So it's not that accurate. So here we are, guys. My CBF 1000. Do like it. Wonder if I can actually show the bling, because that's looking rather nice. Hopefully it'll pick it up. I'll have a look. Just shy of 27,000 miles. It's got a decent service history. decent history with MOTs. I'm just happy to be able to keep on riding. As you can see, there's the top box, the panniers, comes complete. See a few scrapes, a few scratches, what you expect from a 12-year-old motorbike. Crash bungs are put on myself. I've done a bit of work to it, as I said, but I'm very pleased with this. Very pleased. So, there we go. Until the next time, guys, this has been the Haggard Rider. Thank you so much for being with me, and hopefully I shall see you again soon for some adventures on a CBF 1000.